Hello, welcome to this video. Today I am at Luxulyan. It is raining after a week of beautiful sunshine, and I've been doing quite a bit of bird watching this week, and I also have some updates to share with you about some blue tits that are building a nest in my garden, and the results for the RSPB Birdwatch are out as well. So I thought it would be good to discuss that as well in this video. So a couple of videos back, I shared with you that some blue tits have been checking out a nest box in my garden that I had put a GreenFeathers camera in. And I was really hoping that they would decide to use it to build their nest this spring. And excitingly, they have indeed started to build a nest in the box. It took them a very long time from the first time that they checked out the box to today, where the nest is taking shape. And I have documented the whole process from day one. So I will be sharing that process at some point, because I think it's really interesting to see their decision making and the slow build of the nest. I've also been using the Perk Peck feeder cam to actually house very soft dog fur instead of food, because I think that the blue tits are getting to the stage where they'll be lining the nest with soft materials like feathers. And I thought it would be really interesting to see if they decide to use any of my dog's fur when they're building their nest. I don't use spot-on treatments for my dog, so there are no chemicals, and I also washed my dog before I groomed him. So the fur is lovely and soft and clean. So I'll be able to use the Perk Peck camera to see whether or not the blue tits do use any of my dog's fur to line their nest. And the Perk Peck camera has also been great for me to see what other birds have been coming into my garden, because I don't always actually get to see out of the window the different birds visiting. So it's really nice to see what birds are visiting when I am not around or not necessarily noticing. So as I said, it's been a beautiful sunny week, and I've spent some time in my garden trying to capture the blue tits as they come in and out of the nest box. They have been landing on a cherry tree opposite the nest box, and I've been trying to get some footage of them. And whilst I was observing the blue tits in my garden, some long-tailed tits actually visited the garden, which was very exciting because I haven't yet got footage of long-tailed tits that I'm pleased with, but I did manage to get some when they visited the garden this past week. I forgot to say while I was at Luxulyan, but this past week I also went to a coast path on the south coast of Cornwall to do some bird watching there, and as well as stonechats, which are always a favourite, I saw a wheateater. They visit Cornwall in the summer, arriving in March and leaving in September for African wintering grounds. I don't think I've seen a wheateater before. I certainly haven't captured one on camera before, so it was really exciting to see one the other day. I've also been filming a video on Luxulyan, which I filmed a couple of weeks back now. But when I was visiting to film that video, I saw some dippers here and enjoyed getting some footage of them for a while. So I'm back today in the rain to see if I can see dippers again and possibly other birds and share that with you. And then when I get home from my visit to Luxulyan, I'm going to have a look at the results of the RSPB Birdwatch that came out, I think it was yesterday, and discuss that with you, because if you saw that video, I did actually take part in the RSPB Birdwatch this year for the first time, so I thought I would follow up from that video and discuss the results with you as well. Right, so time to do some wildlife watching. Okay, so I'm back home now and I'm going to have a look at the results from the Big Garden Birdwatch. I've come to the studio so that I can use the computer here and have a look at the results. So when I submitted my results this year, I looked at the live leaderboard and shared that with you at the time that I made my submission. And house sparrow was the top bird that was being seen at the time in the live leaderboard. And blue tit was second and goldfinch was third. So I just checked back to the birds that I saw, and I saw 2 jackdaw, 2 wood pigeon, 1 robin, 1 sparrow, 1 wren, 1 dunnock, 1 chaffinch and 1 blackbird. And that's what I saw in the hour that I did the Big Garden Birdwatch. It is raining very heavily now. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So let's see what the results from the Big Garden Birdwatch this year are. So there were 9.1 million birds counted and 12.6 million hours were spent bird watching. So the number 1 bird sighted this year was the house sparrow. Second was blue tit. Third was wood pigeon. Fourth was starling. And fifth was blackbird. So they are the general top 5. If you're interested where the beloved robin came, it was 6th. And the long-tailed tit actually made it into 10th place. What's actually interesting, even though sparrows were first on the list, they are on the red list for high conservation concern. Greenfinches have dropped dramatically according to the survey as well. So something that's really interesting about the results is that they give you advice on how to help different species of birds in your garden. So I'm going to have a little bit of a read through that. Just had a look to see what was the lowest ranked bird on the list, and it was a widgeon. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I took part this year because it is really interesting to contribute to getting a picture of the bird population across the UK. And obviously not everybody takes part, but the more people who do, the more we are getting a picture of the bird population in the UK. I'm really hoping that this number continues to increase for my garden. I'm definitely trying my best to help the bird population in the garden. So this was a bit of a bird watching in all weathers video, as well as looking at the results of the RSPB survey. I hope that you enjoyed catching up with me and the bird life in my garden and the blue tits. More to follow on those. Thank you so much for joining me for this video, and please do support my video by liking and subscribing.